Be still and know. What do you do when life gets so loud that you can even hear yourself think? When your mind is racing, your heart is heavy, and everything around you feels out of control, where do you go? Because right in the middle of that kind of chaos, Psalms 46 verse 10 speaks a simple but powerful command. Be still and know that I am God. We live in a world filled with constant noise, notifications, responsibilities, stress and pressure. Silence feels rare, and stillness almost unnatural. Yet in the middle of chaos, God gives a command that feels completely counter-cultural. Be still and know that I am God. This is not a suggestion. It's an invitation and a command. God is calling His people to a posture that allowed them to experience Him deeply. Let me share a key insight about Psalm 46, verse 10. Point 1. Be still. A call to pause. The phrase be still doesn't just mean physical quiet. In the original sense, it means stop striving, release your grip, let go of your control. We often try to fix everything ourselves. We overthink, we overwork, we carry burdens God never asked us to carry. Stillness is an act of surrender. Illustration. Think of someone drowning. They rush and panic, making it worse. But rescue begins when they stop fighting and trust the one saving them. Application. God is saying, stop trying to control everything. Stop fighting battles that belong to Him. Pause long enough to hear His voice. Point 2. Know that I am God. A call to trust. Stillness is not empty. It leads to knowledge. Not just intellectual knowledge, but deep personal trust. To know God means recognizing His authority, trusting His power, resting in His sovereignty. When life feels uncertain, this truth anchors us. God is still in control. God is still good. God is still working. Key insight. You cannot truly know God's peace if you never stop long enough to experience His presence. Cross reflection. Throughout the scripture, whenever people encountered God, there was a moment of stillness, an awareness that He is greater, holy, and in control. Point 3. Stillness in the middle of chaos. Psalm 46 doesn't describe a peaceful setting. It talks about mountain shaking, water roaring, nations in turmoil. Yet right in the middle of that chaos, God says, be still. This means stillness is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of trust in trouble. Real life application. When anxiety rises, be still. When your plans fall apart, be still. When you don't understand, be still. Stillness is a declaration. God, I trust you, even when I don't see the outcome. Point 4. The result. God is exalted. The verse continues, I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. When we choose stillness, God is glorified through our trust. Our lives become testimonies of His faithfulness. People notice peace that doesn't make sense. That peace points them to God. Conclusion: God is not asking you to have everything figured out. He is asking you to stop and trust Him. Final challenge: what are you holding on to that God is asking you to release? Where do you need to be still instead of striving? Let me leave you with this encouragement. Stillness is not weakness, it's faith. It is the quiet confidence that God is who He says He is. Remember, with Jesus, the race is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It's not the destination, it's the journey, and He is with us.